Hey guys, and welcome to Riverhaven Collects. Today we've got kind of a special figure. This is Jyaaku the Nightmare. I believe I'm pronouncing it correctly. This is from the Samurai Wars, just like the rest of the figures that we've been looking at recently. Released in July 2001. So he's almost 22 years old, which for this figure I think is pretty incredible that he's so old and just looks so good. So something unique about this figure is he is a deluxe box figure. So it's kind of a one of a kind in the series. So yeah, he's obviously a lot bigger and I guess has more detail. He's kind of got like this real hair thing going on as well. So that's what kind of makes him special. If you want to go check out the other figures in this line, I've almost unboxed all of them. After this guy, we only have one more left. So if you want to check out the other figures and kind of get a grasp of why this one's a deluxe one and the others aren't, please do that. But without further ado, let's get him out of his box and check him out. Alright guys, so we got the box here, and it's quite a big box, so I do apologise for kind of fighting the camera trying to get it all in frame. But we've got a lovely print up here of the two dragon heads and deluxe figure box across here, so you know that it's a deluxe one. And then we've got kind of like this strange bamboo pattern thing on the sides. I'm not quite sure what it's supposed to be. It really reminds me of like all pencils lined up together, which I'm sure it's not that. But yeah, that's pretty much the front of the box. Now we've got the side, so we actually have sides on this one. And if you want to pause and have a read of this, then feel free to do that. But yeah, this is a lovely, lovely picture of the dragon head. So I love that. That's awesome. And then surprisingly, the back is actually the same as the rest in the series. So we've got Jyaaku here, and you notice his hair's under control in that photo. I think it's shopped, but... So you'll notice that it says that not all the accessories are in the photos, but Jyaaku doesn't actually have any accessories. And if you want to check out the other videos where we unbox all of these figures, then please do. I'll leave a playlist up above as well as down below, but yes, we have unboxed all of these figures now. And here's the info card, so if you want to pause again and have a read of that, then feel free to do it. And then we've just got the other stuff that he does, music, 3D animation from Japan, and the Collectors Club. So I believe this is the same writing on this side of the box and a different dragon head, so yeah, very cool again. And I thought we'd just have a look at the underside of the box, but yeah, nothing interesting down there. So now we're going to get the box open, and I do apologize that it's not in frame very well. Unfortunately, I'm working with limited space, but it's not too interesting. I don't think you're missing out on too much, me opening up the box. But so it is open now, and yes, there is a lot of tape in there. I'm really surprised by this. So it's kind of hard to tell if these boxes have been opened before or not, and I'm guessing by the amount of tape that is on this one, it has not been opened. But yeah, look at all that tape. So I'm really not sure why they did this, but yeah, lots of tape. So we got the little pull out here, and it just tells us that the three heads can move, so that's nice. And then you can use the tail to bend different poses. And then we've got the advertising, and you know, I've complained every time about this stupid advertising, so I won't complain about it this time. But onto the zip ties. So I am clipping them from the front. Usually I wouldn't, but I just didn't want to worry about taking all that tape off. I thought I'd just leave it alone. We'll do it from the front, and just sped it up a heap here because yeah, I took my time with it. Obviously I don't want to clip the figure, but here he is out of his box, all ready to go. So let's get into the articulation. We've got feet articulation, very nice. We've got two knee joints back here. That second one doesn't want to move though, and that's alright with me. Like, I'll leave it locked like that. And then we've got ball joints for each leg, so that's very nice. I appreciate that. And the other leg is the same, though to note, this one here is very loose. See that? Not very good. So that is unfortunate. Yeah. So we've got his arm here, which you can see is going to try and like hold him up, and it does actually have another ball joint on that elbow, so that's very nice. and the shoulders obviously have big ball joints as well, a little bit of waist articulation, and yeah, just the other arm. I don't think the wrist moves. Sometimes when they don't move, I don't try and move them that much, like, because yeah, obviously I've broken a few hands and wrists, so I just leave it alone. But these neck pieces I'm really impressed with. So there's ball joints at the top, at the head, as well as ball joints on the body. So yeah, just really nice. The neck piece is all rubber, so you can kind of bend that to your will, as well as the tail. So the tail you can bend around as much as you like and put it into whatever poses you would desire. But anyway guys, I'll leave you with the showcase and then I'll be back with my final thoughts. Alright guys, that has been our look at Jyaaku the Nightmare. And again, if I'm not pronouncing that correctly, let me know in the comments, but it's too late now. But anyway, so first up, the positives. He is, yeah, another incredible figure from Mcfarlane. Lots of articulation. Obviously he is like a deluxe figure, so you would have paid more for him back in the day. And that is what you're paying for, the articulation and as well as the size. But a three-headed dragon, like, that is sick as a figure. Like, this is awesome. And it's just something you don't, like, I can't remember really seeing something like this back in the day or now. Like, I've never seen a action figure like this. So it's quite incredible. But that aside, I think that the details, kind of like Dojo actually, don't quite hit the mark as well as I would have liked. If we look at the back of the box, you can see that these neck plates all had detailing, and then now, in person, they don't have them. So that is a little disappointing, and I just wish it was a little bit more. And for a deluxe figure, I do expect it to be, you know, 100% as it's advertised. I will say though, like, the armor pieces look awesome. They actually look like they're metal somehow. And, you know, there's lots of details like on the knees and on the shoulders that they don't need to put in there, but they have. So all of that is really, really cool. So unfortunately, there are some not so good things about it. One being, it's actually its main feature, its size. So unfortunately, the two back legs can just not hold him up. They're very weak, particularly the right one. And it's because they have so many joints in the leg. So there's 4 joints all up. We have the 1 point at the hip, and then 2 in like the knees, and then 1 in the foot. And unfortunately, those 2 in the knees is where they've kind of gone wrong, because for such a big figure, it cannot hold up that weight. And they have designed it so that it can lean on this sort of the front right leg, which I think is fine, but it still doesn't want to sit properly on the back legs even with that one down. And you kind of end up in this weird like Black Widow power pose, which, yeah, I mean, it's fine, but yeah, it is something to note. But besides that, I think, you know, overall it's incredible figure. The real hair is a bit of it's probably more of a nuisance than anything. It's very hard to get under control, and it kind of gives them the effect of just having like an afro, which is really weird. And then they have like, on the necks, they actually have hair that they've put into the figure. So I just feel like if they'd just given him like a ponytail or like a mohawk out of the same rubber that the neck is, that would have been better. I don't like the real hair, to be honest with you. But, you know, besides that, I still think this is an incredible figure, and I'm really glad to have it in my collection, and I think it's going to look amazing next to the rest of the samurai spawn in this series. So anyway, guys, if you've not seen the other figures in this line, then please go check it out. I'll leave a playlist up above as well as down below, so please do check that out. Let me know what you think of him down in the comments below. Always love to hear your thoughts. And leave me a like, that really helps me out a lot. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. We've got one more figure to check out, and then we are finished with this line of figures. So I'll see you guys on the next one.